Hey, what's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel. As always, my name is Anton. Hopefully all of you guys are having a fantastic day because we're going to be returning to Culture Club, and this time Church of the Poison Mind. And this is a big shout out to Laura on the Patreon for requesting this one. And because actually Culture Club won the weekly vote on the Discord. But yeah, I've loved everything we've heard by Culture Club. Karma Chameleon was amazing. And Do You Really Want to Hurt Me was exceptional too. I really like everything I've heard by these guys. I just think they have such a cool sound. Like it's like that, like a bit of reggae influence. Pop is catchy. It's just interesting music. Like it just has a vibe to it. I really like it. And anyway, before we get into this one, as always, if you guys have any song requests for me and you want to vote on what artists come on the channel every single week, like we did with Culture Club, join everybody in the Discord, link down below. And also, if you want guaranteed song quests and you want to check out all of our full album reactions, join everybody in the Patreon. Also link down below. And that's it. So let's get into Culture Club, Church of the Poison Mind. This is faster. Chameleon, right? Yeah, I like all their instrumentation. Okay, I think that one thing that is really, central to the Culture Club sound is background harmonies. Like that, like through all of these songs, they always have fantastic harmonies. And Boy George always kind of leads them. And the harmonies do a good job of kind of feeling like it's Boy George, but also giving everything almost like this like choral feeling. Like a bit of like a gospel influence. Like, I really love that. I've loved that about everything. It's just that these harmonies, they're just beautiful. Yeah, no one really sounds like Boy George, too. I like this pre-chorus a lot. Just like the head bobs. Yeah, this pre-chorus is my favorite part of the entire song. Man, their stuff is like just really easy to listen to. And you know, I said that before, but I think it needs to be stated again. I just think they have such, like, a lot of bands in the 80s had like an easy listening quality to them. Like, it's not necessarily unique, but Culture Club just, they're really easy to listen to. I think it's because they just have a great vibe. Like, there's some stuff that is easy to listen to, but it doesn't necessarily have like an amazing vibe. Like, this just has this like positive, a bit of like this is a bit of a high song. I feel like this would be fun to listen to when you're high. Like, you know what I mean? Because like, again, when you're high, you're emotionally so open, and like your right brain is like turned on. It's like amplified. And linear thought is just completely destroyed. That's why like it's hard to read when you're high, because it's like time, and that's why like time seems to blend and bleed, and experiences that are happening tend to bleed into each other, because linear thought, you have a harder time sequencing different thoughts, and memories too, because memories are sequenced linearly, chronologically. I did this and I did this, and when you're high, those boundaries are just like one entity. It's almost like when you're high, this is fine, it's like a high monologue, but because I was thinking about this the other day, where it's like when you think about your memories when you're high a lot of the time, it's almost a ball. It's a sphere. There is no beginning or end. There is just everything happening on top of each other, and you don't know what was before and what was after. And that depending on how high you get. Because I've got it definitely, like I didn't touch any of this stuff because I was freaked out by it until I was like 24. Like just a couple of years ago. That's when I started kind of experimenting with psychedelics and stuff. But for the longest time, I was terrified of them. I would get anxiety, I would get paranoia, that kind of thing. And I just realized that my mind was screwed up. That's why. It's like all this stuff does is it shows you what your subconscious looks like. And for me, I was very uptight. I was very easily stressed. I was a control freak. And it's funny, whenever I talk to people who hate like marijuana or cannabis, they're like, oh, I don't like losing control. Like, oh, you're that archetype. You're like me. Like, I'm that archetype too. I hate losing control. So whenever I'd be high or something, I'd be terrified that I'd be missing out on something. Like, oh, what if I have to do this? If I have to go to the store? What if I all these what if scenarios? Like, I need to be in control of myself at all times. And while that is an amazing thing, I think it's also, it's anxiety inducing when it's out of control. Because when are you not in control? When do you just let yourself go? When do you just let yourself relax? Because I feel like people with these control archetype personalities, they never fully relax. They're always kind of thinking. They're always aware of everything and what can go wrong. And that leads to a lot of stress. It leads to a lot of problems later in life. When I talk to people like that, they always have health problems. There's always something. They're always on blood pressure medication, or they're always using something to deal with their high level of stress. And the very thing they're afraid of, like cannabis, is a thing that could help alleviate and show them that thing, but they're afraid of even doing it because they don't want to lose control. And really, that's the problem, is that they never want to lose control. And that was like me. I kind of forced myself out of that. I just take a little bit just to open up my consciousness a bit. Consciousness is a woo-woo word, but I would just use it more to like open up my abstract thinking mind. And just kind of, I would actually take it to start to relax a bit, but if I took too much, I'd get into paranoia and anxiety, and then it would be counterproductive. So it's like I started small and then just figured out, because these things are like, they're like mind worlds. Like, you have to learn what the experience is like. You have to be able to trust it, because that's also a thing. If you're a control person, you don't trust things other than yourself. That's why you're always in control. You don't let other people be in control of you. You're in control. You're afraid of everything screwing up around you, and you're afraid of what you don't understand. And so I've noticed that too, is a lot of these people, again, like myself, is we're afraid of what we don't understand, and we're afraid of what we can't control, or what we can't control yet or understand yet. And a lot of the time we need to start out small and take really mini steps to understand new things, because also I like to be the best at everything. That's an addiction I have. That's a compensation strategy, is that it came from a lot of insecurity when I was growing up. So I need to be the best at everything. And so I'm learning how to just let other people be better than me and stuff. Like that's a big thing. But let's see, anything written about this song. Ooh, that's a long album. It's like a Roxette album. I find they have like really long albums too. But yeah, overall with this one, I really liked it. I like the other two. I feel like the other two were like stronger identities within the songs. I think this was an amazing vibe. I loved it. I love listening to it. But it didn't feel like, if someone's like, oh, what are the best Culture Club songs? You're going to be like, Karma Chameleon, Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? Those are defined songs. They have a timeless quality. And this has a timeless quality, but not in as much of a defined way, I feel. I think this is just a great song. And I love the pre-chorus, man. I think the pre-chorus is my favorite part of the entire thing. I love the melodies that Boy George was doing. And the chorus had a nice melody too, but I feel like the pre-chorus was really interesting. I feel like there's a lot of emotion in it. I felt there was more emotion in the pre-chorus than the chorus. But anyway, what do you guys think of this one? Let me know down below. And also, what other Culture Club songs should we check out? Let me know down below. And if none of the patrons pick anything, I'll be coming to you guys for ideas. And if you want to vote on what artists, as always, Discord, link down below. And if you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, definitely leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And lastly, I want to give a big shout out to my tier 3 patrons. So we got Paul, Ayla, Charles, David, Jason, Kelly, Laura, Mans, Matt, Melanie, Melissa, Merrick, Nora, Robbie, Scott, and Stuart. So shout out to all of you guys, and I'll see all of you guys again tomorrow. I love you.